YouTube, it is I, Sakarma, coming at you with some early access one-on-one action here. Yes, CA in all their brash glory has decided to give John Ton and myself, the Total Brohammers, early access to the Queen and the Crone. So we're going to be showing off some really cool videos coming up to the release, which I think is the 31st of May, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is wild, guys. I mean, you know, when I started casting, I didn't ever see myself ending up here. It just goes to show that you too, with a little bit of effort and stick-to-itiveness and what's the word, perseverance, can make it to the top. Because this is the top, guys. I mean, just last week I was pleasuring myself in my parents' basement, alone and sad. And while that's still happening, I now have access to the DLC. So it's quite a move. I mean, you guys ever seen that movie A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger? I think it's called A Knight's Tale, something like that, where he he's like a lowly peasant and becomes a knight. Yeah, it's like that, you know. It's like the most American thing to happen, except in that movie there was no America yet. But, you know, let's not let the details get in the way. Let's get to the game. So what did I bring? I brought, I think they're called like Nagarethi or Nargarith. Someone's got to, check me on that pronunciation. But it's the Shadow King. The Shadow King. The Shade King. There he is in all his glory. Alith Anar. He looks like Elrond. I think I'm not the first, I stole that from somebody. Someone else made that comment. But he looks like Elrond. He's got cool shoulder pads, which is a staple of the Warhammer universe. He's got a bow, and he's like a sniper lord. If you look at his damage here, he's pretty wild. I mean, 3,200 health isn't great, 40 armor isn't great, leadership 85, not bad, speed 46, very fast for a lord on foot. I don't think he has any mount options, I'll have to double check. Weapon strength, but it's interesting to look, he does have crazy high stats. I mean, 67, 57 for melee, very good. Obviously doesn't do that much damage, and he is, obviously not able to stand up too much in terms of a one-on-one fight due to his low armor. I do think that is partially martial mastery, yeah. But still, 67, 57 are fantastic stats. No armor piercing, 30 charge bonus, whatever, blah, blah. But he has 30 ammunition with a 300 rage, which is huge, and has 416 armor piercing damage. So, Alith Anar here, really cool guy, and we're going to be taking a look at him throughout this game. I'm going up against, by the way, Gojira Gaming. He has a YouTube channel, Gojira. He runs a YouTube channel, Gojira Gaming, so I'll be linking there. Good friend of ours. We all love him in the YouTube community. He's making his way. He's a fun guy. I think he's also like 12, so everyone give him a shout out. He's a pretty good player for a 12-year-old. Anyway, so what else did I bring? I brought the Fireborn over here, the Dragon Princess, the new DLC. The Regiment of Renown for Wood Elves. So what do? 51. You've probably seen these all. But I'll go through it quickly just for people who haven't. 110 armor, 51, 53, really great stats. Of course, those are inflated due to martial mastery or martial prowess, whatever it's called, martial mastery. Yeah, and then of course they have what is martial mastery? Yeah, 5 hit points. And then an 80 charge bonus was huge, and a bonus versus large of 18. So when they're fighting large units, they do, let's do 62 damage, and they have 68 melee attacks. So that is wild. So they are really going to be good at taking down large units. Of course, they cost an arm and a leg at about 1900. But yeah, so I brought those guys. I brought these guys, the Heralds of the Wind, the Illyrian Reavers with bows. So they have 105 speed, which is nuts. They have 43 melee defense, 27 weapon strength, 40 charge bonus. They're really good. They have similar stats to Empire Knights, minus the armor, of course, and they also have 25 damage on their missiles, and they have 140 range, so just really cool units all around. And then, of course, the Shadow Walkers, which are really cool, because I think they are, first of all, their stats are amazing. You look at their melee stats here, 42 melee, 39 melee defense, and they have bonus first infantry of 12, so they go to 54 and 56, and that's an archery unit, and they do poison, so they are wild. Of course, they don't have much health, and they don't have many models, they're just a wild, they do 36 damage, 180 range, they do have firewall moving, they do have stock, they cost also they're very, very expensive, about 1100, so similar to, I think the exact same cost as Way Watchers, but very interesting unit, and you can actually only bring them with the Nagarith, whatever these guys are called, with Alith Anar's Shadow faction. So you actually can't bring them with Teclis and the other units, which is pretty interesting. They have like a different kind of unit, not the Shadow Walkers, the Shadow Warriors, but yeah, these guys are only available with him and his faction. So yeah, interesting move. And then we're fighting the Skaven here. Nothing special to see here. Some Gutrunner Slingers, Skaven Slaves. We'll show another battle with other factions, but Skaven Slaves here. A couple of Stormvermin Halberds. He's got a laser cannon. He's got a doom wheel. He's got Lord Skrull, usual stuff. He's got 1 unit of Plague Sense Bearers. So let's get right into it. So, and I have another couple of Illyrian Reavers. Oh, and of course, sorry, one last unit I should show off here is the Scions of Machlachan. That's definitely not the pronunciation. But anyways, yeah, so they have 15 bonus for large, usual. The really cool thing about them is a 12 damage resistance to everything around them, which is just, obviously very good. And they, have a much higher stats compared to their regular brethren. Do they not have shields? Of course they have shields. I'm going to say. Okay. And then over here we have just a life wizard. Who cares? Nothing special here. Alright, so right off the bat, I thought these were just Scale and Slave Singers because they don't have the different banners. So I was kind of frustrated, but they actually get shot and take no damage somehow. But yeah, for some reason, I thought, or sorry, because the banners aren't different, I thought they were Scale and Slave, so I just charged into them, but of course they're not, so these guys are going to get slowed. But they do get a nice charge in the back there. And I just figured this is the best way to do it. But he does bring his Doom Wheel in. He's going to start lasering my Heralds of the Wind. And I don't know if they changed the animation on them, but it looks really cool. But you see that right there? That was the Moon Bow. I just took him out. That's one of the abilities on Alith Anar. We should actually check out some of his abilities. They're quite cool. So one of his abilities is just a single shot called the Moon Bow. And it's just a magic missile. You can use it 2 per game. He has also Mislead, which is the clone, which I'll show you a couple times in this game. Slippery, obviously, just to help him get out of fights. And the Shadow Crown, which helps him when I think enemies are near him. He gets faster and he gets more melee defense. So he's got some useful abilities. But that was the Moon Bow. As you can see, it just absolutely decimated one of the laser cannons. And look at that. Look how beautiful this game is. That's actually really pretty looking. The destruction. Anyways, so I was able to nuke that thing with Alith Anar. So I think, we'll be talking a little bit about, later on about competitiveness and how they can use it. But yeah, they changed the animation for sure. They look much cooler now. But he brings his Doom Wheel out here to try and get into me, but he's very out of position. Of course, he's going to be doing some serious damage to these guys, and they're not going to be doing great damage to him, but what can you do? He is bringing in some Scale and Slaves for a smart move. These guys I leave out for a second. They get hit by those Gutter Runners, and they get taken down, but I'll pull them back. He is doing good damage, but I'm going to send pretty much everything in here to sort of muck him down. But yeah, so Alith Anar is trying to trade here with the Warblending Cannon. So he's sort of like a Lord version of an artillery piece. I mean, he doesn't do the most damage, but over time he can do some serious damage, and he will be killing these artillery pieces as time goes on. And the Moonbow can be useful in sniping out. So that's one use I found for him in this matchup. I don't think he'll be a competitive Lord, and we'll talk about that later with Jonton, but I think he's going to be a fun Lord. So I just get a nice, Awakening the Wood in there, just doing some damage. That nice little pretty tree comes out. He brought this guy in, but, it's not going to, we're doing damage as he retreats, which is solid for us because they can't heal it, of course. And then I brought the Fireborn over this flank to sort of screen him out. He did kill my clone. See, that was pretty cool. That was the clone he fired at. So I popped a little clone. He went out there, and then they lasered him down. So that's one of the abilities you get with him, that he gets 3 clones over the game. And that's good because, as you can see, it just wasted some of his ammo. It's wasted his ammo, his time, and the longer he takes, I've destroyed another one with Alith Anar, so the longer he takes to kill me, the more I'm going to shoot him down. So it's actually working out quite well there. Alith Anar is sort of like just a mobile artillery piece, and he does have some really interesting abilities, and he's not a bad melee lord, so he's fun, for sure, and he's definitely bringable. He's not like bringable, not a word, but I made it up. He's definitely, usable. He's not totally garbage, but he's not going to be the most competitive, as I said. But he has finished taking down the Warblending Cannon. That was all Alith Anar, all day. Homie is a straight sniper, just blasting away at fools from across the way. He's like Tupac Shakur circa 1995, okay? You don't fuck with Tupac in 95, okay? 96, different story, 94, different story. But 95, Tupac was something to be reckoned with. For the kids, Tupac is a rapper from the 90s who's dead, or maybe. But anyways, maybe not, rather. But anyways, Alith Anar is very straight G, and he is just putting people down left and right. Over here, I'm trying to get some charges in with the Fireborn. They're gonna get me. They're gonna stop him because I was going after these Plague Monks, so I gotta pull them out. And I don't want to get into this Doom Wheel with all that help in the corner. So I send some Spearmen in who are disposable. Another Moonbeam comes in. That's my last Moonbeam. Does some good damage to Skrulk. About I don't know, let's say 400. So that's not bad at all. And then of course I'm just gonna start poking him down because I'm gonna be shooting Skrulk the rest of the game. That's his. That's the point because they can't heal Skrulk. So he's going to be just targeting Skrulk the whole time. I think against Skaven is one of the matchups that he'd be better in, only because their lords cannot heal. You can see this trying to come up, but these Shadow Walkers, who have used a lot of their ammo, are going to shoot these guys down pretty quickly. I send these guys in just to pin them down, and then I get a nice rear charge in. So I'm just going to basically wipe out these sensor barriers for free, which is very, very good for me. Over here, but Gojira is pushing forward. He does have a lot of units. These guys perform very underwhelmingly, the Illyrian Reaver Archers, and especially the whatever they're called of the Wind. Heralds of the Wind. They have been, every game I bring them in, they pretty much always underperform for me, so I'm not a big fan of them. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of things going on. They're just sort of ignoring Alith Anar, which is fine. I moved him over here. There might be a clone somewhere, not yet. But yeah, Alith Anar is going there. They are pushing hard on my flank, of course. His infantry is going to be able to kill my infantry, and I am almost out of ammo, so this is not looking great. But I do have these guys teeing off on these Storm Vermins. Hopefully they can whittle them down, because I don't have anything else to take them. This is a bad fight for Gojira. His Doom Wheel's right in front of my Fireborn, so we're going to take those guys down. I set a nice Awakening Wood over there just to slow them down and, help our guys out. So this guy's done, and I'm going to, basically chase him off. Alith Anar is, of course, just shooting as he goes. Lord Skrulk hasn't really taken a hit in a while. I do have him targeted on Lord Skrulk. but he's, you know, he's matched up. There's a clone. So there's the clone, which actually has decoy on the tooltip, which I've heard is going to be a problem. They'll probably take that out in the final version of this. Because otherwise, if you're, you know, if you're really heady with your micro, you can just go mouse over and be like, oh, it's a decoy, not worth it. Or maybe it only shows for my side. I have no idea. But so we were able to get rid of the Doom Wheel, which is big. Obviously, his infantry is much better than mine, so they will start chopping us up. Except for the Shadow Walkers, who are going to kill pretty much everything, and they're going to last a long time because they have really high melee stats. So the Shadow Walkers are a great unit in this matchup as well. I got a nice rear charge with these Elite Reaver Archers, and the Fireborn are going to come in and try and support them. Wigan the Woods are just going off to help out. The Scions of Machlachan are you know, pretty much. They're pretty much surrounded, but that's fine. Over here, the Storm Vermin are trading weekly with my Spearmen and my Shadow Walkers, which is fine. Fine with me. I need to keep a Storm Vermin out of the way of my Fireborn, wherever they are. Yeah, over there, the Dragon Princes. And then I'm going to start cycle charging with my early Reaver Archers. The Machlachans, they don't actually hold out that long. I mean, I guess they're surrounded, but they will start retreating with quite a lot of health left. I am trying to cycle charge these guys to death, but they, you know, they're pretty tough for Storm Vermin. I don't know if they increased their if they did increase their leadership, but yeah, they just won't fight. I should have rounded the guys around and get a rear charge, but nah. You know, everything's, in retrospect, everything is 2020. So these Shadow Walkers have begun to fall. You know, fighting Plague Monks is not the best fight for them. These guys are, you know, they're pretty much evenly matched in that regard. These guys have better stats, but far lower health and less units. So these guys will obviously beat them with Plague Monks, but they are a fun unit. These guys did a lot of damage to my Cav. I guess 20 damage. I don't know. As the battle went on, they were just very good. A very good pick by Gojira to bring these Gutter Runners. As you can see, I am trying to shoot down Stroke, and I've gotten to about half health. Most of that is from Alith Anar, just, you know, teeing off. But of course, you know, this is the whole match going on, and he can't even really kill him with any sort of speed. And of course, he can get things obstructed, and if he's mucked in with, pardon me, with infantry, Alith Anar becomes even that much less useful. But you know, you'll see he gets, oh, a huge hit there. So maybe not, I don't know. When he does hit, it's pretty impactful. Problem is, it's difficult. And of course, maybe against a larger unit, it would make a difference. It's just, I don't know. I think against Skaven, yeah, see, he won't hit him now because he's in with the infantry. So it's difficult to say how Alith Anar will be used. But over here, I'm seeing the Hails of the Wind of these Skaven slaves. Hopefully bring them down. These Shadow Walkers, again, they are my best melee units. So they're going to hold for a long, long time, so long as they're not fighting Plague Monks. He does have these guys braced, so that was a really bad charge. Unless that was the rear. That was a terrible charge. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, that was a really bad play. Jesus, I have no idea why I did that. That was a bad idea on my part, and I just left them in there. Maybe I just pressed it a while ago. I do eventually see it and pull them out. These guys have returned with tons of health left, but they are getting hit by something, I don't know. But they're going to hit these Gutter Runners in the back, which is going to be good for me. Alith Anar is taking a lot of damage now, but I am able to heal him up from the, you know, obviously the Gutter Runners will be able to take him down pretty quick. He's almost out of ammo. I think he is out of ammo, so that's it for him. So now he has to get into melee. But again, he is no joke in melee. He has lost, or he'll regain martial mastery because of the healing, so that's pretty big. The Scions of Machlachan are going to help him because they're going to provide that bonus resistance. I wonder if that stacks. If these guys and the White Lion Guardian unit stack together, we should check that out. So he comes in here and he's going to probably put some damage on Lord Skrulk. Over here, I have the Fireborn just, you know, cycle charging, and I have the Mage of Light trying to hold units down. He is summoning Clan Rats, which are going to help. And yeah, pretty much all my infantry is gone, but as you can see, he gets in here against Lord Skrulk and he puts him down quick. I mean, he's just doing tons of damage. Of course, Lord Skrulk can pull through his units, but Alith Anar is quite fast. With Slippery popped, he's really fast at, what does he have, 6.6 speed, so he's almost like a horse unit. Just look at him go. He is the swiftness of the wind. Look at him go. My God. He's going to slash Skrulk to pieces. Of course, the whole army is trying to stop Commando Alith Anar here, and they do manage to get him the rats, but he'll cut through them pretty easily, and these are Skaven slaves. And then, of course, I have the actual, what are they called, Heralds of the Wind come in here and cycle charge. But I don't want him to fight Plague Monks. That's not the greatest battle for him. And so yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, stick and move here. Stick and move. That's the name of the game. Bring you what I can. And then I put a little decoy in there to stop them. And also confuse Jojira. Then I come in the back and smoke these Plague Monks with Alith Anar. And yeah, I mean, this battle is a really good showcase of just, he's kind of like a little commando. Like, again, not the most competitive lord, but he's very impressive. He's very cool, very fun to play with. Kind of like a GHK type guy. Like, he's unique, and he's unique, and he offers a different play style that other lords do not. And he can be useful. He's not terrible. He's just not the most competitive. But again, he is fun. And then I've got him he's being Liber Bonicus, which is no good. But he is gonna, you know, oh, he just cut down 2 rats with 1 swipe. That's just what Alith Anar do. That's how he roll. He's coming in, rescuing his decoy buddy. So he's going to cause some of these guys to rout, then he's going to come over here, and he's going to get Skrulk in the face. And in this little battle, you know, it's going to go more towards Alith Anar's favor. I think Skrulk has 72. That's being bolstered by standard die, but it's 66, 62, and 62. It will end up going in Alith Anar's favor. It does. He starts to retreat. And yeah, Commando Alith Anar just going around. These Fireborn have been, you know, fighting off these 3 units for a while, so it makes sense that they're going down. But that's a huge turning point in the battle, because otherwise it was very, very close. I have no infantry left. I have my mage. I have some, you know, spearmen and, you know, a couple of horsemen around, but otherwise we're not in great shape. The Fireborn are getting dragged down just by repeated cycle charging. You know, they lose a few units each time. Over here, Skrulk was able to escape the fucking death machine that is Alith Anar. But the death machine never rests for long. He just, whoa, catapults right through there, slashing guys left and right. I'm force pathing him after Skrulk, slashing people. Just look at this guy go. Very cool, very cool. Has a bow in one hand, stabbing people in the face. Yeah, that was funky. Skrulk has recovered over here. My Fireborn are trying to drag him out, but Alith Anar is on the hunt. He sees him. He pops Slippery. There's no stopping him now. Skrulk's time on this earth is nigh at an end. He's going to summon some clan rats, but that's not going to mean anything to Alith Anar. He just goes right through. He just goes right through and the hole, because that's how he rolls. He's going to get here. Oh, is he going to get him? Someone's going to get him. It's Slippery's over. He gets stopped by the Dragonborn. He's getting put down, and there he is mixed amongst his men, but oh, that was so cool looking. He just ran right through that horde of rats like it was nothing, because obviously he is the Shadow King, so he just phased right through them, or, you know, whatever his abilities are. And I see Skrulk going, and yeah, the Fireborn are going to go clean up Skrulk and get rid of him. Over here, or no, oh man, tell me it's him. Tell me it's Alith Anar who gets it. Oh, I really hope it is. And again, he's very fast, even at 48, with that charge bonus that you get to speed, it's going to help him catch up. So that might be it for Skrulk. I think Alith Anar is going to get the kill. Over here, the battle's obviously just going on, but I mean, this is less about tactics and more about just pure fun. Just look at this. This guy's like SEAL Team 6. This guy is the Chuck. You know what he is? He's Chuck Norris. He's a Chuck Norris of the High Elves. Oh my God, you just got a nickname, my friend, and the DLC isn't out yet. But yeah, Chuck Norris is obviously going to put down Skrulk in a moment, because that's how Chuck Norris do. And there he goes. I think that's it for Skrulk. Yeah, that's it. He cut him in half, and he's twitching in his little death knell. Okay, and everyone hates Skrulk. He is the, you know, he's the meta pick, so I hate meta picks. So I'm very glad to see Skrulk die. And with that, you know, the Skaven army, obviously, he's charging into my Fireborn. That's kind of a mistake. Although they do good damage on the counter charge, but now that they're pinned, I get him in the back here, and that's going to cause a bit of a rout. Alith Anar is obviously slashing into clan rats like they are paper. It doesn't matter to him. And then the units just start to flee, and that is all she wrote. So GG to Gojira. Man, what a fun battle. So I didn't watch this one before. This is my first rewatch. I didn't realize how cool Alith Anar was in this battle. Homie did some work. Yeah, so Tupac / Chuck Norris, the ultimate combination. If only 2 men could have children, Tupac and Chuck Norris, they would have created the ultimate gangster. And Alith Anar would have been him. Maybe that's his lore. Maybe in a different universe, Tupac really isn't dead, and neither is Chuck. Well, no, Chuck Norris is still alive. Chuck Norris can't die, so Karma, you silly idiot. Yeah, and they get together, and you know they're gay, and then they, you know, touch tips, and from the bountiful fruit of the loins of Chuck Norris and Tupac Shakur emerges Alith Anar, the Shadow King. So that's my version of his lore. Yeah, but thanks for joining us, guys. Really fun battle. As you can see, the Shadow Walkers over here just doing absolute work here. 173 kills. That's insane. Obviously, it's rats, so you know the numbers will be inflated, but they each got a chevron. They fired off all their bows. Very powerful. These Illyrian Reavers, great on the cycle charge. They're generally good in this matchup, although 3 is probably too many, and these guys have not performed well for me in any matchup I've brought them in yet. The Fireborn, as expected, got hundreds of kills because they are the main killing power in this army. You know, you're probably better off bringing 2 Dragon Princes instead of all this, but still, very, very good unit. And then with that physical resist, it helps them, you know, just be very survivable. And 1900, again, very expensive, but they can put in a lot of work. So yeah, a lot of fun units in there. You know, got to see some, you know, these guys actually, 91 kills is a huge, especially considering what they were fighting. So yeah, the Science of Methlehan, I'm glad they, you know, I'm kind of bummed out rather that they retreated with pretty high health at the beginning, but they came back, so solid. But yeah, really the showcase here was Alith Anar. So thanks for watching the Shade King, as they call him in 2018. Thank you, Gojira, for fighting with me. Again, I'll put a link to his channel below. He's a fun guy. Everyone loves Gojira. He's the best 12-year-old YouTuber, or sorry, best 12-year-old Warhammer player in the world. That's a fact. You can Google it. Yeah, and that'll be all for this one. So I'll see you guys around the bend.